Hello everyone. I found this image online and we are going to recreate this in Maya. Okay. So I tried to create it and this is what I got. Alright. So you can see that the light is coming from a light source here and we have stairs with a concrete texture to it. Uh, so let us see how to create this in Maya. Okay. So in Maya, what we can do is start with a cube, and if you go to channel box, cube, we don't want height subdivision, but we need the width. Yeah, so let us make the width as 10. Okay, and then we will go to face mode, select this face and go to edit mesh, extrude. Okay, and we're going to use a thickness of 1. So we'll apply it, and this will be the width of the stair, and I'll hit the G key to repeat the previous command, and we get the height here. So I'll G it. So 2 risers, 1 height. Then we'll hit this to hit G, select this G, 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 G. So we'll create 10 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that would be the landing. So this is our step, and once we create the step, we need to add some softness to the edges. So we'll go to edit mesh, bevel. Edit mesh, bevel. Okay, so we need 0.1 and 3 segments, and we don't want okay, I'll select all the edges, and then I'm going to control double click on these because we don't want to bevel the middle ones. Control and double click, so only the outer edges are selected. We don't want this also. Okay, we're not worried about the back side, so we'll just ignore that. In fact, we should have deleted those, but for now I'll simply deselect those. Even the bottom we don't need. I could have double clicked these. Okay, so edit mesh, bevel, we will use 0.2 and 2 is also okay, I guess, because it's far away, so it's not going to be a big problem. So this looks good. Okay, so we can go to edit, delete by type, history. Select it, edit, delete by type, history. Okay, so we got our stairs. Now we will add another box, move it here, and turn the snap to edge, so half of it will be here. Then turn it off, and then we can scale it wide. This is our back wall. Okay, then I will duplicate it and again snap it so it snaps to the middle, and then it is open like this. We'll create a plane. So the staircase will have to be on the ground. Now we don't want this inside, so this will come out, just barely touching. Okay, and to make sure that there is no light going through the what is happening? I type 90, it is wrong, 0, okay. So we are making sure that when we add the light, it will not go through the stair there in the back. Something like this. So we are only focused on this area here. So we'll go to create camera, camera. Alright, and then attribute editor, not attribute editor, actually we need to go to render settings, and we'll use 3 by 5, so 300 by 500. Panels, perspective, camera. To the camera, position our camera so we see the stairs, and then we'll go to view, camera settings, resolution gate. Okay, so we need to zoom in there and try to create the look. There are no lights, so we don't see anything. So we will go to, now what will happen is if I try to move this, the camera will get messed up. So I'll right click and then I'll say lock selected. So now you cannot move or anything. So if you want to do any changes, you can go to perspective and then make changes. Now we'll add light. So we'll go to Arnold, lights, and I will add area light. Okay, so this area light, I will scale it up. Okay, so this will add some light from this side. Okay, and then I'll go to Arnold lights, area light, which will be facing in the other direction, which is 180 degrees. Move it back. This needs to have a bevel because these corners are going to be seen. So edit mesh, bevel, again 0.2 and 2 is good. So it gets that softness. It was 0.1. And then edit, delete by type history. Select this one, edit, delete by type history. So we get rid of. We're not going to see any edges here, so I'm not concerned about this object and this object. Only these two will show their edges. Alright, so we got this light, scale it big. It's like a door maybe which is open, that is casting light. Okay, so we'll go to panels, perspective, camera, and render. Still no light. Panels, perspective, perspective. So what's happening? We'll go to attribute editor. There's no exposure, so I'll add an exposure of 8 and hit render. And then now you can see the light, and this one will be exposure will be 7. Okay, so we'll go to render setup, and the render camera is camera 1, and then if you hit the render button, panels, perspective, camera 1. Okay, and then you get the light coming from here, and then we get light here as well. Alright, so now this stair can move over here. I'm just trying to increase the gap here. Okay, more gap here. And in the image we don't see the end of the stairs, so that's not good. So we can change the camera. So we'll go to channel box, unlock these, and move the camera here, and move this back. Okay, so you get more space here. Alright, so you can work with the camera angle a little bit here and there. Don't want to spend too much time worrying about it. Now texture. So we will need concrete slab texture. Then if you can go to, or you can also type expose concrete texture. Alright, and then you can look for the kind of concrete texture you would like. Okay, so this is good enough. Okay, so let us try this one. Actually, this is quite sharp. So I want something rough. Okay, so I don't want to spend too much time searching. So I think we can go with this. So I'll go to save image as demo concrete 33. The one I used for my example was this one. Okay, so I just wanted to try a different concrete texture and see what kind of looks we can get. I don't think this is a very great texture, by the way. It's not tileable or anything, so we need to perhaps find something better. It's taking too much time, so we'll go with what we have. So what I'll do is I'll select this and go to assign new material, Lambert, and then on the color we'll go to file, open the texture that you want, go to 6, and then you can see the texture. Okay, and then I will rename that as concrete. I'll assign the same texture to everything. Alright, now we'll go to panels, perspective. So this needs to be fixed. Alright, so we'll go to UV editor, and this is how the texture is mapped. So go to vertex, select all these vertices, then we'll scale it, and you can see as we scale it, alright, so we'll do the same thing here. I think this one, we want to fix this texture here. So you can see how this texture is getting fixed when I scale this close, because we don't want it tiled too much here. We'll select the whole thing and try to bring in some break there. Alright, so now time for the stairs. Now we'll go to automatic mapping for this. Okay, so it opens up and then we will scale. Okay, and that does I don't like that line. So we'll go to edit mode and try to get rid of that line. Okay, now we'll go to panels, perspective, camera. Then hit render and you get the light coming out from there. Just trying to see if this, yeah, it's through and through, right? So all this. Alright, so we have light coming through here. This is visible. Even this, I think, we'll select this light and make the exposure of this 8 as well. So there's more light on this side also. What I had done is this stair in our example. This is 1 and this is 1.5, not 2. That's why it looks more, you can see more stairs and stuff. And ours look flat. So I'm going to scale this. Okay, so you can get that look similar to what was there. And then the camera, I think, can be rolled this side a little bit. More or less. Okay, and then the last thing is the bump map. So we'll go select this object, bump map, file, use the same image. Go back one level, then we'll use 0.2 as bump. Okay, that will add roughness to our image. Okay, and that's about it. You can play around with one more thing I did was this light had a yellowish tinge to it. So we'll make it a yellow color, add that yellowish tinge. So you get that yellowness onto the light. Okay, so this was our image and this is what we created from it. Alright, So that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. One last thing I want to show you is when I save this image, say stair tutorial JPEG, and then if I open it in Photoshop, you can see how dark it is. For some reason, when you save it from that window, it becomes dark, and then you will have to add the contrast or the brightness to get that image look. Okay, and then if you want to render an image, if you go to render setup, we're rendering the camera, and then here we have to give it a file name. So here good image format will be JPEG, quality is 100%. You can double this to 600 by 1000. Resolution 72 is okay. But if you look at here, it's going to save at user, desktop, YouTube, stairs image, because I had set a project. So if you go to file, set project, then the Maya folder is selected. So you have to set a project at a specific place, and that will let you render the image in that particular location. So it's going to go to stairs and images, file, project, set project, and I will go one step back. How do you go one step? Select Maya and set it here. Okay. Maya tier 2 is the file name, and the render settings, it is now going to YouTube, Maya, and images. Okay, and then you go to render, batch render, and now it will save that image, that particular place. And that's about it. This is the folder, this is the images, and here it will be saved when it is finished rendering. Okay, that's the final look of our chair, or you can save it by rendering here. That's it. Thank you very much. One more thing, what I did was, because of this lighting was not casting the light properly, I rotated this light slightly to get some light on the top of the stair as well. You can see the top of the stairs will get better light. Okay, so we looked at how to model, create soft edges, texture map and fix the texture map, add lights, set up your camera and render to get the similar look. Thank you very much.